Here, after they were in the toaster, what happens for them? Of course, they felt hot, and they now what they will need. Of course, is hot need water. So then they look for any like source of water. Here, they landed near what seemed to be a fortune, a fountain. Sorry, a fountain. Okay, a fountain is a source of water. Okay, a waterfall powering from a silver tube. Both ants had a powerful thirst, so they were what? Thirsty, and longed to dip their feverish heads into the refreshing water. Okay, so now the two ants longed means want. So if someone is long to do something, that means he wants. Want to dip like to put. Okay, dip means to put there. Feverish, hot, because they are too hot. Feverish head. Okay, feverish means hot. Hot heads into the refreshing water. They quickly climbed along the tube. As they got closer to the rushing water, the ants felt a cool spray. They tightly gripped the shiny surface. Grip like means grab or hold. They think that they only will put their heads under the water. This is the thing that they thought. So shiny surface of the fountain, and slowly leaned their heads into the falling stream. But the force of the water was much too strong. So the power of water. Okay, can you see? This is a faucet. So this is the faucet, the tube. Of course, it will be like strong. Here, let's see the second page. The tiny insects were pulled off the fountain and plunged down into a wet, dark chamber. They landed on half-eaten fruit and other soggy things. Suddenly, the air was filled with loud, frightening sounds. The chamber began to spin. The ants were caught in a whirling storm, and shredded food and stinging rain. Then, just as quickly as it had started, the noise and spinning stopped. Bruised and dizzy, the ants climbed out the chamber. So as you can see in the picture, they dive into the chamber. Okay, we have the sink, sink. So this is the faucet. Okay, then we have the sink. Inside here, we have a place like for dirt. Maybe sometimes food goes down to the chamber. Okay, and then you remove it like one time. Then, so here soggy means wet. that has water. They landed on a half-eaten fruit and other soggy things. Suddenly, the air filled with loud, frightening sounds. So here maybe people came, right? The chamber began to spin. The ants were caught on a whirling storm, and shredded food, like cut it into small pieces. Mhm. And stinging rain, like hurting, like hurting rain. Then, just as quickly as it had started, the noise and spinning stopped. Bruised and dizzy. So here we describe the way that the two ants were. Bruised, hurted means hurted. And dizzy, the ant climbed out the chamber. Then they go out from this trouble. Here, the author tell us many problems that faces the two ants. Actually, they do not, or maybe they enjoy these adventures. We said that because it's something or some events scary, but they enjoy they enjoyed it. Let's move to the next page. So here in this page, we will see the two ants continued their searching for for a place like holes for them to hide. In daylight once again, here. In daylight once again, they raced through puddles and up a smooth metal wall. In the distance, they saw something comforting, like give them comfort, let them relax, let them rest. Two long, narrow holes that reminded them of the warmth and the safety of their old underground home. They climbed up into the dark openings, but there was no safety inside these holes. A strange force, strange power. Here we know that this power is electricity. We know it from the picture. If you see the picture here down, so it seems that this is electricity where we plug wires and things. So they thought that this place will be safety for them, but it won't. Okay, here. Yes. A strange force passed through the wet ants. They were stunned senseless and blown out of the holes like bullets from a gun. When they landed, the tiny insects were too exhausted to go on. They crawled into a dark corner and fell fast asleep. As you see here, the word stunned. Stunned means like shocked by electricity. If you also put your finger inside the electricity, the electricity will shock you. Okay, then you will feel that will hurt you. This is the same thing happened with the two ants. But the two ants were almost dead, so senseless. They cannot feel even the pain. And blown out of the holes like bullets from the gun. Boom, like this. Like if the gun's bullets. When they landed, the tiny insects were too exhausted, too tired to go on. They crawled into a dark corner and fell fast asleep. Night had returned when the battered ants awoke to a familiar sound. The footsteps of their fellow insects returned for more crystals. So here, this word is the adjective describe the way that the ants look like. They were beaten. Okay, they were tired, hurted. Okay, awoke to a familiar sound. The footsteps of their friends, the other ants, insects, returning for more crystals. The two ants slept quietly. The word here, slept quietly. Slept like entered. Slept, it means entered. Slept, entered quietly to the end of the line, so that other ants do not know about them. They climbed the glassy wall and once again stood amid the treasure, like here in the middle of the treasure, which is the crystals, yes, the sugar. But this time they each chose a single crystal and followed their friends home. Standing at the edge of their ant hole, the two ants listened to the joyful sounds that came from below. They knew how grateful their mother queen would be when they gave her their crystals. At that moment, the two ants felt happier than they had ever felt before. This was their home. This was their family. This was where they were meant to be. There should be. Okay? So this is the end of the story.